Welcome, welcome. I was getting ready to say welcome back, Magical Book Club, but I need to say that for myself because I've been missing for about a week. So I appreciate everyone's patience. And while I was gone in my absence, I hope everyone had a chance to really just continue to, practice the exercises, recite the affirmations that we have received thus far in the last five chapters of the book The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. This week we will be resuming on schedule and on time, so you can count on that. We will be going into chapter 6 today, which I am so excited about. I encourage you guys to continue to do the the heartfelt and mindful takeaways that I will be continuing to post underneath the videos. I am still reading you guys' posts and takeaways. It is helping. I still want you guys to, participate in other people's comments and their takeaways, because like I said, you never know what connection you might manifest just by being a part of this book club and just being on the same frequency as like-minded people. So I know you guys been waiting for a while, so I won't have a long drawn out speech. For those who are just joining, welcome. You are not too late. I have pre-recorded all 5 chapters, so if you want to catch up, feel free. If not, you want to start from where you are, then that is absolutely fine. You do not need a book. If you have a book and you want to read along, that is awesome. If you just want to listen to me read, that is well too. So it's no judgment here. The only thing I ask that you do is participate in the heartfelt takeaways that I post underneath the video. That's how I know that you are a part of the book club. That's it. It's nothing to it. There's no formal sign up or anything like that. I just got to see you participating in the heartfelt takeaways, and I know you are part of the Magical Book Club. So let's get into it, guys. This chapter is chapter 6. Again, this book is The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. Chapter 6, The Secret to Relationships. Marie Diamond, Feng Shui consultant, teacher, and speaker. The secret means that we are creators of the universe and that every wish that we want to create will manifest in our lives. Therefore, our wishes, thoughts, and feelings are very important because they will manifest. One day, I went to the home of an art director, a very famous film producer. In every corner, he had this beautiful image of a naked woman draped with a fabric, kind of turning away as if she were saying, "I don't see you." I said to him, "I think you might have trouble in romance." He said, "Are you clairvoyant?" "No, but look. In several places, you have exactly the same woman." He said, "But I love that kind of painting. I painted it myself." I said, "That's even worse, because you pull at your creation and creativity into it." He's a gorgeous looking man with all of these actresses around him because the work he does. And he doesn't have any romance. I asked him, "What do you want?" "I want to date 3 women a week." I said, "Okay, paint it. Paint yourself with 3 women and hang it in every corner of your living space." 6 months later, I saw him and I asked, "How is your love life?" "Great. Women call me. They want to date me." "Because that's your wish," I said. He said, "I feel great. I mean, for years, I did not have a date, and now I have 3 dates a week. They're fighting over me." "Good for you," I said. Then he told me, "I really want to stabilize. I want marriage now. I want romance," I said. "Well, then paint it." He painted a beautiful romantic relationship, and a year later, he got married and he's very happy. This is because he put another wish out. He wished it for himself for years without it happening because his wish could not manifest. The outer level of himself, his house, was contradicting his wish all the time. So if you understand this knowledge, you just start playing with it. Marie Diamond's story of her client as a perfect demonstration of how Feng Shui reflects the teachings of The Secret. It illustrates how our thoughts create powerfully when we put them into action. Any action we take must be preceded by a thought. Thought creates the words we speak, the feeling we feel, and our actions. Our actions particularly powerful because they are thoughts that have caused us to act. We might not even realize what our innermost thoughts are, but we can see what we have been thinking by looking at the actions we have taken. In the story of the film producer, his innermost thoughts were reflected in his action and surroundings. He had painted many women, all turning away from him. Can you see what his innermost thoughts were? Even though his words were saying he wanted to date more women, his innermost thoughts did not reflect that in his painting. By deliberately choosing to change his actions, it caused him to focus his entire thought on what he wanted. With such a simple shift, he was able to paint his life and call it into existence through the law of attraction. When you want to attract something into your life, make sure your actions don't contradict your desires. One of the most wonderful examples of this given by Mike Dooley, one of the teachers featured in The Secret, in his audio course, Leveraging the Universe and Engaging the Magic. It is a story of a woman who wanted to attract her perfect partner into her life. She had done all the right things. She got clear about what she wanted him to be like, made a detailed list of all of his qualities, and visualized him in her life. Despite doing all of these things, there was no sign of him. Then one day, as she arrived home and was parking her car in the middle of her garage, she gasped as she realized that her actions were contradicting what she wanted. If her car was in the middle of the garage, there was no room for her perfect partner's car. Her actions were powerfully saying to the universe that she did not believe she was going to receive what she asked for. So she immediately cleaned out and up her garage and parked her car to one side, leaving space for one's perfect partner's car on the other side. She then went to her bedroom and opened her drawer in her wardrobe, which is jammed full of clothes. There was no room for her perfect partner's clothes. She moved some of her clothes to make space. She had also been sleeping in the middle of her bed, and so she began sleeping on her side, leaving space for her partner. This woman related her story to Mike Dooley's over a dinner, and sitting next to her at the table was her perfect partner. After taking all of these powerful actions and acting as if she had already received her perfect partner, he arrived in her life, and they are now happily married. Another simple example of acting as if is a story of my sister Glenda, who was the production manager of the film The Secret. She was living and working in Australia, and she wanted to move to the United States and work with them in her U.S. office. Glenda knew The Secret very well, and so she was doing all the right things to bring forth what she wanted. But months were passing by, and she was still in Australia. Glenda looked at her actions and realized she was not acting as if she was receiving what she had asked for. So she began to take powerful actions. She organized everything in her life for her departure. She canceled her memberships, gave away things she did not need, and she got her suitcases out and packed them. Within 4 weeks, Glenda was in the United States working out of her U.S. office. Think about what you have asked for, and make sure that your actions are mirroring what you expect to receive, and that there are no contradicting what you've asked for. Act as if you are receiving it. Do exactly what you would do if you were receiving it today, and take actions in your life to reflect a powerful expectation. Make room to receive your desires. As you do, you are sending out a powerful signal of expectation. Your job is you. Lisa Nichols. Inside relationships, it's important to first understand who's coming into the relationship and not just who's your partner. You need to understand yourself first. James Ray. How can you ever expect anyone else to enjoy your company if you don't enjoy your own company? And so again, the law of attraction, or The Secret, is about bringing that into your life. You got to really get clear. Here's the question I would ask you to consider. Do you treat yourself the way you want other people to treat you? When you do not treat yourself the way you want others to treat you, you can never change the way things are. Your actions are your powerful thoughts. So if you do not treat yourself with love, respect, you are emitting a signal that's saying that you are not important enough, worthy enough, or deserving. The signal will continue to be broadcast, and you will experience more situations of people not treating you well. The people are just the effect. Your thoughts are the cause. You must begin to treat yourself with love and respect and emit the signal and get on that frequency. Then the law of attraction will move the entire universe, and your life will be full of people who love and respect you. Many people have sacrificed themselves for others, thinking when they sacrifice themselves, they are being a good person. Wrong. To sacrifice yourself can only come from the thoughts of absolute lack, because it is saying, there is not enough for everyone, so I will give and go without. Those feelings do not feel good and will eventually lead to resentment. There's an abundance of everybody, and it's each person's responsibility to summon their own desires. You cannot summon for another person because you cannot think and feel for another. Your job is you. When you're making feeling good a priority, the magnificent frequency will radiate and touch everyone close to you. Dr. John Gray. You become the solution for you. Don't point to another person and say, now you owe me and you need to give me more. Instead, give more to yourself. Take time off to give yourself and incense to fill yourself up to fullness, to where now you can overflow in giving. To acquire love, fill yourself up with it until you become a magnet. Charles Hannell. Many of us were taught to put ourselves last, and as a consequence, we attract the feelings of being unworthy and undeserving. As those feelings lodge within us, we continue to attract more life situations that had us feeling more unworthy and not enough. You must change that thinking. Undoubtedly, to some, the idea of giving so much love to self will seem very cold, hard, and unmerciful. Still, this matter may be seen in a different light. When we find that looking out for number one, as directed by the infinite, is really looking out for number two, and is indeed the only way to permanently benefit number two. Princess Malford. Unless you fill yourself up first, you have nothing to give anybody. Therefore, it is imperative that you tend to yourself. Tend to your joy first. People are responsible for their own joy. When you tend to your joy and do what makes you feel good, you are joy to be around. And you are shining example to every child and every person in your life. When you are feeling your joy, you do not have time to think about giving. It is a natural overflow. Lisa Nichols. I got into many relationships expecting my partner to show me my beauty because I didn't see my own beauty. When I was growing up, my heroes or my sheroes were the Bionic Woman, Wonder Woman, and Charlie's Angels. And while they're wonderful, they didn't look like me. It wasn't until I fell in love with Lisa. I fell in love with my mocha skin, my full lips, my round hips, my curly black hair. It wasn't until that happened that the rest of the world saw I was able to fall in love with myself as well. The reason you have to love you is because it is impossible to feel good if you don't love you. When you feel bad about yourself, you are blocking all the love and all the good that the universe has for you. When you feel bad about yourself, it feels as though you are sucking the life out of you because all of your good on every single subject, including health, wealth, and love, is on a frequency of joy and feeling good. The feeling of having unlimited energy, that amazing feeling of health and wellness are all on the frequency of feeling good. When you don't feel good about you, you are on a frequency that is attracting more people, situations, and circumstances that will continue to make you feel bad about you. You must change your focus and begin to think about all of the things that are wonderful about you. Look for the positives in you. As you focus on those things, the law of attraction will show you more great things about you. You attract what you think about. All you have to do is begin with one prolonged thought of something good about you, and the universe and the law of attraction will respond by giving you more like thoughts. Look for the good things about you. Seek and ye shall find. Bob Proctor. There's something so magnificent about you. I have been studying me for 44 years. I want to kiss myself sometimes because you're going to get to love yourself. I'm not talking about conceit. I'm talking about a healthy respect for yourself. And as you love yourself, you'll automatically love others. Marcy Shimoff. In relationships, we're so used to complaining about other people. For instance, my coworkers are so lazy. My husband makes me so mad. My children are so difficult. It's always focusing on the other person. But for relationships to really work, we need to focus on what we appreciate about the other person, not what we're complaining about. When we're complaining about those things, we're only getting more of those things. Even if you're having a really hard time in a relationship, things aren't working. You're not getting along. Someone's in your face. You still can turn that relationship around. Take a piece of paper and for the next 30 days, sit down and write all of the things you appreciate about that person. Think about all the reasons that you love them. Appreciate their sense of humor. You appreciate how supportive they are. And what you'll find is that when you focus on appreciating, acknowledging their strengths, that's what you'll get more of, and the problems will fade away. Lisa Nichols. Oftentimes, you give others the opportunity to create happiness, and many times they fail to create it the way you want it. Why? Because only one person can be in charge of your joy, your bliss, and that's you. So even your parent, your child, your spouse, they do not have the control to create your happiness. They simply have the opportunity to share in your happiness. Your joy lies within you. All your joy is on the frequency of love, the highest and the most powerful frequency of all. You can't hold love in your hand. You can only feel it in your heart. It is a state of being. You can see evidence of love being expressed through people, but love is a feeling, and you are the only one that can radiate and emit the feeling of love. Your ability to generate feelings of love is unlimited, and when you love you are in complete and utter harmony with the universe. Love everything you can. Love everyone you can. Focus only on things you love. Feel love. You will experience that love and joy coming back to you multiplied. The law of attraction must send you back more things to love. As you radiate love, it will appear as though the entire universe is doing everything for you, moving every joyful thing to you, and moving every good person to you. In truth, it is. Secret summaries. When you want to attract a relationship, make sure your thoughts, words, and actions and surroundings don't contradict your desires. Your job is you. Unless you fill yourself up first, you have nothing to give anybody. Treat yourself with love and respect, and you will attract people who show you love and respect. When you feel bad about yourself, you block the love, and instead you attract more people, situations that will continue to make you feel bad about you. Focus on the qualities you love about yourself, and the law of attraction will show you more great things about you. To make a relationship work, focus on what you appreciate about the other person, and not your complaints. When you focus on strengths, you will get more of them. So that concludes chapter 6. I know this is a hot topic. I'm really excited to read your heartfelt takeaways, but one thing I want to add, not all of us are in relationships, and furthermore, not all of us are looking for relationships. So I challenge those who would consider themselves single and content with being single in the moment, to do that 30-day exercise, but put a spin on it. For 30 days, write a list of 10 things. Try your best to get 10 things. If you can't, start off with one, no pressure, that you love about you. And as those days go by, as those weeks go by, you will grow a profound love for yourself. And then not only write that list out, I want you to review that list. I want you to read it out loud to yourself. I want your subconscious to hear you speaking those words of affirmations, because that's what that list would turn into. Words of affirmations. I believe that we should all start this. Today is what, the 31st? Tomorrow, I believe, is the 1st, right? We can all start this exercise together, you know. We'll do it privately, but I just wanted to add that was something that Spirit told me to tell you, whoever is listening to this, because, you know, the pressure of being in a relationship itself sometimes can feel low vibrational. So love on you, date you, be your own partner, because I can guarantee you, if you do that exercise of self-love for the next 30 days, write a list about, I would say, at least 1 to 10 things that you love about yourself, and read it back to yourself as you go on throughout your days, you are going to be on such a high frequency that you might mess around and attract that perfect partner, because you are then on the highest and most perfect frequency, and that's love. So I love you guys. I will be back. I'm back. I'm on track. So Sunday we will resume with chapter 7. That's another exciting chapter that I am excited to read, because it affects so many people every day. So the next chapter is also a very powerful chapter. So I am excited to read your takeaways, and I'll see you guys soon for chapter 7 on Sunday.